Hey, what up, though? What up, though? Hey, y'all see the title, man. I wanted to tap in with y'all real quick, man. I'm gonna wait till a few people get up in here, but let me know when you get up in here. Let me know if that music is too loud or not. If it's too loud, I'll turn it down some. I wonder did I even put this on public or not? What's good, Brandy? What up, though? What's going on? But yeah, the reason why I'm doing this video, cause y'all remember I was one of the people from the very beginning that was like, man, I don't think people should quote unquote talk about 6ix9ine because it all play into his promotion. And as time went by, motherfuckers end up seeing what up though Black Wall, what up though King, what up Detroit T. Salute to everybody. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna address the the interview that he did yesterday and bits and pieces of it. You know what I mean? But I just want to reflect back. Now I know 99% of the people that subscribe to me. I think at some point in time through some of the videos I used to do about 6ix9ine, I probably got some 6ix9ine fans that subscribe. So this video kind of like addressing them. That was like, oh Doc, because I was the one like, hey, he used all of our media and all that stuff for promotion of his albums. We don't know what's right, what's true, what's this and that. You know what I mean? They're like, man, if you don't agree with whatever he doing, stop making videos because you hating. So I was like, cool. Well, shit, I ain't gonna make no videos about the dude because I necessarily ain't got nothing to say because people their comprehension skills be crazy. You know what I'm saying? People comprehension skills be crazy because I directly said to people, you know what I mean? At some point in time, I started feeling sorry for dude because I seen what was going on I'm talking about before the Houston situation. It was around that time for real, when I really peeped when dude was in New York or wherever he was at and he had 20, 30. And I want to say shout out to this dude that followed me on Instagram called Roadrunner Ray. It is, the light is on. It is on. But I want to say shout out to this dude named Roadrunner Ray. By his name, I think dude is from Detroit. I don't know if he a blood or a real right, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. But it seemed like everything that I would post up about Tekashi 6ix9ine or comment on somewhere, somehow, all over the internet, you know what I mean, he'll pop up and leave a comment, leave a comment just about Tekashi. You know what I mean? Now, in that interview that he said yesterday, he basically admitted, without really saying and going into details, and this is, I'm gonna say this is quote unquote, if everything that he's saying is true, because the what's the name of that company? The booking agency then came out to TMZ and said the shit that he's saying is false. They gave him $860,000 worth of money, whatever the case may be. The deals were never fully solidified for the $3.6 million, whatever. But long story short, through everything that he was saying he firing people, basically saying that the crew and the people that he had around him was foul. And that's all I was saying from the very beginning. About, I could take myself being the age that I am now and take myself back to 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old. You got people, you may have cousins, you may have homies or whatever the case may be that you look up to. They may be doing they want to, you know what I'm saying? And you may be like, okay, you want to get your feet wet and start doing stuff, you know what I mean? Now these same OGs or these people start embracing you, you gonna feel like they love you and they fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? But the situation about it, how I knew the situation was crazy, cause just if the pictures wasn't photoshopped with him, when GS9 and everybody was popping and he was wearing blue and all that stuff, that was the wave. Now he started doing his music with some other group that seemed like a rock and roll type group, kind of. They rap, but it's kind of rock and roll. I can't think of their name. Salute to them. But once he got the popping, then he got on his blood tip, and then now you got all these dudes surrounding you. So now I'm putting myself in his shoes through every video that I was making. I was putting myself in his shoes of like, all right, now my music starting to take off. The little group that I was with, I'm the one that's taking off from that. Now all of a sudden I got these dudes around me that's quote unquote riding for me, fuck with me, this and that. He probably genuinely in his heart, because he just didn't know no better, start fucking with them dudes. You know what I'm saying? And of course they put batteries in his back, and then it also made him feel a little bit more entitled. It made him feel a little bit more harder or whatever the case may be, because he had admitted in his first interview he basically just came home within a year. So my thing is, that's where I feel like the where other bloods from other areas and all that stuff was getting upset about the situation, because I think they were seeing the same situation too. Like, people had been saying it, like, bro, you basically getting distorted. But I think through his eyes, he just could not see it at that point until to them robberies or whatever the case may be, if it's true, start happening. Exactly. You said we saw it back then. And I understand, like, money gonna make everybody show their true colors. I don't give a fuck if it's $50 million or if it's $50. If you broke as hell, somehow, some way, the people around you gonna show their colors. And if you super rich, people around you gonna show you their colors, if they really with you, if they against you. And he was just put in that situation, but he dug himself so deep into it in order to keep his brand afloat. He damn near still got to keep doing the same things. So that's when he go, get the security. And some people may like it, some people may not like it. You know what I mean? You seen all the conversations from the people like Big U and everybody else that's like, hey, at the end of the day, when the music and the bag and everything slow down, these people in places that you disrespected still gonna remember it. But like I said, the only reason I'm really making this video for real is everybody down there from this community on this channel, we seen it way back then, but the quote-unquote Tekashi fans were like, oh, y'all hating on him, stop talking about him, you ain't got, like, it was actually out of concern, because he got some older niggas around him that's gonna put him in front of some bullets, because that's why I said back, he was around 10, 20, 30 blood niggas in New York talking hella shit. And when he went down to Houston, if you watch those videos when he was walking away from the festivities, it was just him and like 2 other dudes. And I could damn near see it in his eyes. Like, you got all them dudes gas you up, and then you get sent down there by yourself. Anything could have happened. Them Prince boys or anybody that wanted to prove a point or anything could have got on his head, and he could have not left that situation. So sometimes I think people that's not either from that cloth or be too much of fans don't be really understanding either tough love, or when someone just saying some real shit towards the situation and it's not hate, it's really just calling a spade of what it is. And everything in that interview, if it's true, he basically admitted it. You say 6ix9ine got a fire Treyway, or go to the pen, or get his shit to tap. 6ix9ine's a fuckboy playing bang. That wave is over. The first time getting money, he felt like he was already rich without checking his banking account. Yeah, when you got all that money flowing in, and he was like in the interview was talking about he was letting other people do this, because you can't really, you know what I'm saying? You got all this money coming from everywhere, and you got all these people around you probably fronting as they your manager, they this, they that, this and that, stealing all type of money. Then you starting to see like, hey, this actual money, I got some diamond chains, I got all this and that, but the money not adding up to me actually getting all these songs on billboards. At some point in time, the eyes was gonna open up. I don't know if academics aided and assisted in helping him open his eyes, if it happened on his own, if that robbery happened on his own, because of course he know what's going on in that situation. And my thing is, if we just gonna, regardless if I dislike what he was bringing to the table, because my thing is he was disturbing so much of the natural order of the streets and how shit go, even though it ain't really no order and no rules or whatever, but him coming out of left field with what he was doing and bringing to the table, it still was like, I'm seeing a pond at that time. I'm just seeing a pond being used for the benefit of a whole bunch of other people, that he gonna be the one that's gonna catch the bullet, and then they just gonna move on about their business. Ain't no telling. You get people like that. That's what used to happen back in the day. And I'm not saying verbatim, but say for instance, like I had an uncle or cousin, his name was Smokey. And me and my old dude was just talking about this the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like, he used to be a part of the Funkadelics. And this ain't really I'm just using this as an example. Like, they used to be on so much drugs and everything back then. That's damn near how sometimes you would get paid in drugs instead of your actual money. So ain't no telling. I'm not saying 6ix9ine on drugs. You just never know in them situations what be going on when you got so many other people tapped into your money and distributing it back to you. You feel me? Like, it could be a real crazy situation. And say for instance, if he would have got killed, you would have had a whole bunch of people probably happy as hell, but not really knowing it's because of the people that's around them. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like people from that cloth, people of this community on Doc Hicks TV, we been peeped that shit. You know what I mean? And I just think a lot of 6ix9ine fans wasn't willing to hear that type of truth at that time until it came out of his mouth. You know what I mean? And that's all we've been saying for a minute. Let me read some of these comments. Say facts. I'm not a fan anyway. DJ by Academics getting a piece of 6ix9ine. What he gonna do now? Like really, all depending on how much them security companies and everybody charging him. This for that person saying what he gonna do now. He gonna have to now. He say if he fired everybody, that means he got to do his own accountant type work, which it ain't super hard. My thing, if he used to hustle with anything, he know about input, output, and everything, putting certain money to the side to pay for certain expenses, hopefully making sure he not spending in what he getting coming in per month. You know what I'm saying? Different things like that, because he's gonna have to pay for that. And then they talking about threatening his mom. He gonna have to relocate his mom. Everything, like a lot of things, extra things gonna have to be. And my thing is, unless he gonna keep going full force, because in that interview talking about trying to clean up his act because it was stopping him from being able to get in so many venues, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know if he gonna still go with that same promo type, what he was doing with all the trolling and stuff to keep the attention going. Because to me, 99% of that is what, besides some people do like his music, so I won't say 99%. I'll say a good 70 to 80% of the trolling and everything else is what catapulted him to where he was at, because that was directly connected to the music. Guess they didn't learn from Pac, but peep this. What was the dude Shotty saying the whole time? As soon as I started seeing him hashtagging this, the new death row, and this and that, right then, all that was sour to me. When I seen him hashtagging this, the new death row, we seen how death row went. Like basically, so Tekashi gonna be your Tupac. He gonna be the one that's gonna generate all this money, and he gonna be the one, the sacrificial lamb of the person that's gonna end up getting killed. And then the paperwork and all the money gonna end up going to not necessarily Shotty, but the Shotties of the world and everybody around them. You know what I'm saying? Brady, you say he better be safe, dog, for real. That's real shit. Like, that's all he really can do, you know. I don't wish no harm upon nobody. You know what I mean? After the confirmation and seeing his interview of finally seeing him admit to what we already knew what was going on, you know, he just got to be safe, because you still may run across some people that can, some motherfuckers spray up everything. Don't matter, you know what I'm saying, if you with security or not, you know what I mean? So you're just gonna have to see what's gonna happen from here. Like I said, I don't wish jail or harm on nobody. My thing is, I just be wanting people to think and see what's right in front of them, and people be blinded, and you got the money coming in, you know, you probably got drugs involved, and you got these quote-unquote big homies involved that's in your ear, and you looking up to them because you feeling complete and whole now, you know what I'm saying? He can't go nowhere. What up, dog? What up, though? Most hated gang. Well, he's going to need a new team for that, cuz, yeah, you know, for the people that's going to follow that, they'll end up seeing what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really, when certain things hit the headlines, you know what I mean, I'll look into it and see what's going on, but I don't really, like, just follow his movement to the point where I see every move that he do, you know. I just see the headlines and I don't really too much click on them and all that, you know what I mean? But this was something I just wanted to address, because I seen it's certain names that will only pop up on the Tekashi 6ix9ine videos when I would make them, and they would, you know, they probably was trolls themselves. You never know who it was at the end of the day, but they was like, oh, Doc, you hating, and then 6ix9ine turn around and say the same shit I was saying 5, 6, 7, 8 months ago in this interview, you know what I mean? So it wasn't hating, it was just some real shit. That was the problem for the kid. The kid is really smart. So that part, dog. He not good, especially after dissing 9 Trey Blood, man. You know, that's my thing. You know, after him, my thing is, at first, that was the thing that I was really looking at yesterday as well. You know, him calling certain people dirty bloods, this and that. Once you got all these people that know all your information, know everything about you, all that, you know what I mean? It ain't impossible to swivel and move around and be able to get about that situation if he's super smart. But, you know, it may be a time where he may have to really face those demons of everything that he say, and it's going to be more than likely from the same people from that same block and everything else. Because it's only so long. It could be myself or you. You can have your homies, your sisters, your cousins, and when you getting a couple 100,000 in, you done threw a couple chains on people, threw a couple rollies on people. But then you start doing out of the country tours, and now you seeing these potential checks coming in, potential offers coming in for 3.6 million and all this and that. And people feeling like, damn, the only reason why this dude's safe is because we protected him, and people gonna always want more and more and more because they gonna feel like they supposed to have what you got. It's eventually gonna happen. Someone said, you said you think 50 is going to out in his career with this freaking rainbow as a part of the camp, everybody on their mind. I don't know. I do want to see what 50 is going to do because, to be honest with you, I'm not the type of person just because I like someone as an artist, I agree with everything that they do. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things 50 do that's funny as hell to me. There's certain music that he put out that's classic to me, and there's certain moves that he make that I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? And when he started associating himself, I understood why he was doing it. But to me, as far as his legacy, to me that was a smear on his legacy, you know, associating him. But I understood why he was doing it business-wise, but it don't necessarily mean I agree with it, though. You feel me? But while we up in here, you know what I mean, I might as well talk about the elephant in the room, the whole messy Marv situation that's been going on. We could chop it up on that real quick, you know what I mean? What up, though, Orange? And the person, I don't know if that say like priest reality, when you say nobody respects trolling, that was a crazy thing to me. That's why when I was making my videos back then, let me say this for everybody that's up in here. It's 230 some people up in here, man. Y'all gotta hit like or something, and you know, all these people leaving comments, hit like and support, you know what I mean? Support your boy while you up in here. But I want to chop it up with y'all about the messy Marv situation and everything too. But oh yeah, someone said hey, nobody respects trolling, and that was my whole premise, narrative, angle, and everything when I was making those videos then, because that's what I thought. But I think the Tekashi 6ix9ine situation for me, at my age, my environment, who I am, that was the shift in me understanding this new era. Like, if that was one thing I learned about this new era and everything, that unfortunately there is people out here that respect trolling. We don't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nowhere in hell you gonna be telling motherfuckers to suck your, you know what I'm saying, suck your dick, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then when that person get mad, they get looked at as a fool because they got mad because you disrespected them. That ain't the real world. And it's unfortunately, this internet shit can bleed over, you know what I mean? And it inflates people's egos, it do all type of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it really have an effect on people in real life, you know what I mean? But for me and you, the reality, priest reality or whatever, and probably 99% of y'all that's up in here right now, no, like, it's a difference. Like, if I'm around my loved ones and my friends, we may talk shit to each other, this and that, blah, 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 but you supposed to know those boundaries when you not dealing with people that you really, really know for real. Like, I see people do it all the time, do the little trolling little stuff. You know, even if it come from mocking you or doing little things that you do, this and that, you know, I see it all. Some things I address, some things I don't address. I just make mental notes of it because it just lets me know the character of these type of individuals that do certain things. Say 50 made, what song is that playing? Well, right now I'm listening to some old, I can't play it too long, but I'm listening to some old Scarface. I got my own little mixtape that I put together, old songs that I be listening to, you know what I'm saying? And what's crazy, because there's some old Messy Marv on there, some old E40 on there, you know, old Scarface, some old Jay-Z, you know, old No Limit, all type of stuff on here, you know what I mean? But I don't want it to play too loud and pick up in this video and they be trying to, you know, copyright or, you know, anything to my video. But who all in here been, you know, seeing the videos that I was putting up with the whole Messy Marv situation? Say, what if ended up on the BMF TV show? Who? You talking about like Tekashi and them end up on the BMF TV show? He said he's a fraud. His own people know. That's the thing. It's like you can't even really for real keep it 100 for. And what's crazy is I ain't gonna put out this particular person name. It was someone that I talked to a while back, and I briefly asked them about Tekashi, this and that, and it's some motherfuckers that people look at. They give off the persona. They super aggressive. They the realest thing moving. That was super behind the Tekashi 6ix9ine movement. Felt like everything he doing was gangster, this and that. And I'm like, okay, from that quick 10, 20-second conversation about that little small clip, let me know so much about that person. It's crazy. Now, I know, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people, that's where people gonna go to, you know what I mean? And no disrespect to this person, that Yo Kia, Ron, Grows or whatever. You know, a lot of people gonna bring up the playing with the nose thing. You know, that's something that he always admitted in his songs, this and that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's right, wrong, if he should do it or this and that. If that play a part in what he was doing, you know, and I'm not gonna put out like personal conversations and shit, you know what I mean? But in his mind, for real, he feel justified because he like, man, how this whole situation even started was dude just putting out, telling his fans like, hey, my album and my tour not coming out on this particular date. It's coming out on this date. And basically, he showed hella love to Mozzie because Mozzie went on the radio station and showed love to him. Regardless to what's going on or what was going on between Filthy Rich and him, Mozzie still showed love, so he showed love back to him. And you can see that was something genuine. And it seemed like he shouted out everybody else that pretty much had a name from that area, you know what I'm saying? And Jay Diggs said what he said. Now, I don't know if them two dudes, you know, got any way to be able to get in contact with each other. And someone I was talking to yesterday, you know what I'm saying, salute the dude, you know, from Northern Cali. He was like, you know, it's a long line and a lot of history between Filmo and the Crest side. You know, supposed to be like dating all the way back to like, not Mac Dre, like the first Mac. Now, don't quote me on this, but what was told to me is like the first Mac supposed got killed by a Filmo nigga. So like ever since then, it's supposed to be like some small tension in between these two sections. So if it's any Cali people in here, y'all may be able to authenticate that if you heard that or whatever the case may be. What up, though, Miss Reacts? Late 80s. To that old shit killing anything out. Yeah, that's why this all I listen to is everything from that era. Man, so many. I could just tell like when certain music come out right now, it may have replay value right now for the moment, for the vibes or whatever people want to say, but it ain't gonna have no replay value to me 10, 15, 20 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's stuff on some of my CDs and stuff, you know, on my flash drives and everything that I play. I'm talking about, man, it's from 92, 93. I'm talking about 2018, and it still slap. It still go hard. The content match to what's going on right now. You know what I mean? The hood Dr. Phil. hey, for real, that's kind of where the name. I'm talking about, my nickname been Doc ever since. Maybe I don't know when that situation happened, but maybe ever since 3rd, 4th grade or something like that. You know what I mean? And I kind of just, I didn't even embrace that nickname as a kid. It wasn't until I got older, and you know, once you get older, you're not going by your government in no type of form. So I just went ahead and went with Doc. That's what everybody, even my own mama, everybody calls me Doc. Don't nobody call me by my real name. Like I could be out in public right now, and someone to say my real name, I probably won't even flinch to turn and look because no one calls me by that. Yeah, I seen what JT said, you know what I mean, and like I wanted to put that video on my channel and add some commentary to it, but I don't know, you know, when I see people like him and they got their own channels and I know they monetizing their stuff, I don't be really wanting to just rip they files and all that stuff and reuse it. It's like either I'll repost it on my social media to simply drive traffic to it so people can see it, and then eventually do a live and speak on it or whatever the case may be. Like, oh yeah, but going back to Messi, and he feels justified after genuinely trying to get these people shout outs, because he like, man, 5, 10, 15 years then went by with some of the individuals that he talking about, and a lot of beef got squashed around the time he was supposed to be doing the deal with Burner. I don't know if he knew that the deal supposed to went sour with Burner because of because of Diggs. But hearing all that in that moment, and then you telling someone you banned from your own neck of the woods and you can't come here and I'm gonna F you up, this and that. I'm not saying the reaction, but you can't, once someone slap you or bark at you or bite at you, whatever, it's like you can't really control. I know as the viewer looking at the situation, we're going to come at the situation thinking rationally what a person can do. But when you really on tip in the midst of beef and some shit pop off, that's like if we doing this right now, we in this live stream and you get a call and you hear your cousin got knocked down, you not about to be, let me think rationally. 2 plus 2 is 4. What should I, you know what I'm saying? You got some people, if they don't allow their emotions to get in it, but a lot of times people just gonna get straight on tip and go do it. And in his mind, he felt like, well, since old boy wanted to play internet games and bring it to the internet, okay, I'm gonna bring it to the internet. You know what I mean? I don't think dude is dumb enough to really have knock someone down on camera or nothing like that. You seen how the camera even swiveled off at certain points to not show when he was outside. You know what I mean? Despite Messi current actions, his music is timeless. Ramo skits cause you old. Yeah, and to me that's an honor because I'm still alive. Whoever you are, I hope you make it to my age. That new Yella may have some legs though. I gotta check it out, man. If you follow me on any type of social media or something, like tag me and some of the music y'all want me to check out. See, that's the thing, like when people make them, see that a lot of y'all repeat statements just because it sound cool. Do you know it is some artists that's from this era that's out that older people do like? So you can't even group all the music that's out right now as young head against, like, that's just the dumbest shit ever. And you just heard people start with this old head shit and you just repeat it because you think it's cool, you think it's a fly insult, and it really just shows your intelligence because that shit's dumb as hell. It's some artists that's out right now that's from this era, that's of this age, that make some quality music. But when it's just repetitive, the same thing over and over and over again, like, that's up to you if you want to hear 50 different rappers all saying the same exact thing, same exact cadence, over the same exact drum lines, drum patterns. That's you if you want to hear 50 different people do the same exact thing. We come from a different era where everybody was supposed to be original. But that don't mean some of the shit don't knock. The only thing about it, it just means it's not going to be timeless. It ain't no, y'all young dudes, some of y'all, I ain't gonna say all of y'all, because I know some for real young dudes, you know what I'm saying, that just got full functioning brain cells in their head, you know what I mean, that know what real music is. And it's all subjective at the end of the day. So what I may like, you may dislike, and vice versa. But when you start doing the insults, that just show who you are for real on the opposite side of the phone, you know what I mean? Say Messi, Blood, Crips, and SA. He say Messi want all the smoke. Exactly, Doc. Miz reacts, But unfortunately, it's like once that move is made, regardless if people feel like, because I just seen a ton of people resorting to playing with the nose, this and that, blah blah blah. At the end of the day, old boy not stupid at all. So when you make that type of move, that you forcing it. You forcing the issue. You press the line where it ain't no turning back from that. Where it ain't no more going on doing no more talking, this and that. You know what I mean? It is what it is, flat out right now. Messi getting views. I wonder why this blue stack just says message retracted. I don't know why it's constantly doing that. I don't condone messy action, emotional turmoil, but it was definitely provoked. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's for me. Just I feel the same way. You just worded it another way. You know, it was definitely provoked. You got to think in the conversation I was having with somebody yesterday. You know, we was talking about it. They were just asking me like, and maybe some of y'all that's from directly from the Bay that's in here right now can answer this question. What was the turning point when it seemed like everybody kind of just turned their back on Messi? Because when I got hip on Messi, I got hip on Messi before I even met my homie that was from Sacramento. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to him. You know what I mean? Before I even met him, I was up on Messi. He was one of the few that I was up on. You know what I mean? Of course, the E40s and stuff like that. But besides that, it seemed like he got hella love. He was one of the last people that I felt like had a bass sound. Like some of the music, you know, had a bass sound during that time. I can't think of the song. If Anthony Danza, the producer, was in here right now, he'd be able to tell me the name of the song. But the song was like, you gotta pay me. You know, it started off like with two chicks in the car talking about, girl, I used to date him, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But that was like one of the last songs, like, you know, and I was like, he still had the original groove of the bass sound, you know what I mean? And then it seemed like just all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. So y'all maybe can say what it is. Like if I was to do a video about that to the King C904, I would prefer to bring someone that got some weight on their name to have that conversation. But see, this is the thing. And I could be right, I could be wrong, and this is not my words, but someone that was kind of talking to me was like, people got to understand, and this is what the person said to me, people got to understand Messi Marv been in and out of jail his whole life, or a nice part of his life, and that's more than likely where he ended up getting down with the blood thing in jail. You know what I mean? He came back out to the streets on that type of time. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's the main reason why the blood, you know, the Bay reject him, because, and I don't even know if that's 100% true, if that's the reason why he ended up getting down with it or not. But hey, but when you, the loud pack dude, when you say cool, no clipping the gun, I want you to do this, because I want you to look up AR-15 grip handle. And that's all I'm going to say. Look up AR-15 grip handle. Because I put up a video on my other channel of the dude that Messi Marv was talking to when he pulled up and the guy was like, you got that, you got that. Like the dude in the video, when he mad talking back to Messi, he's like, yeah, you hop out with that machine, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, the grip of even my homie that's in the military, you know, and he was in the military for years, went over to Iraq and all that stuff, was like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's how the grip handle of an AR, because the clip don't go in right there on no AR-15. You know how an AR built, it goes in a whole totally different spot. What up, though, Reg? What up? What up, though? Oakland, what's going on? You said, what up with the kid with the rocket launcher? I know the feds on his ass. I must not know. I'm missing that. What's going on? Who is that with a young rocket launcher? But yeah, you know, unfortunately, and this to the Miz reaction, you know what I mean? I feel like it's very unfortunate, this generation gap and everything that's going on. Because my pops in them generation, it wasn't that big of it was still that one overshadowing, you know, respect your elders, get the wisdom and knowledge from them. Not all, because you know it's gonna be some dummies out here regardless to whatever age, young or old, you know what I'm saying? But that was still embedded in us. Then it's a generation, this generation, I don't really know, you know what I mean? I understand no one wants to be attacked, I understand that, you know what I mean? But my thing, when I was growing up, if my elders or my OGs or my older cousins and stuff called out stuff, this and that was goofy or on some bullshit, or you was moving wrong, this and that, you'd be like, well, this person made it to, they doing the same thing I'm trying to do, and they made it, and they missed this, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I should take heed to what they say. This generation is like, just fuck what y'all say. I'm gonna do it my way. And you know, some people gotta bump their head to learn, but sometimes that first time you bump your head could be the very first and the last time you do anything. That bump in your head could be a bullet in your head. So my thing is, if the information is to preserve your life or to make your life better in some type of way, stop being so sensitive about how people say it to you and take the good out of it and possibly apply it to your life. You know what I mean? Now, if you just got someone that just telling you to go jump off a bridge and go be a crash dummy, then yeah, don't listen to that. The thing is, and this probably be the last time I respond to you, because like I said, you need to listen to more than just, you need to listen to the context of what I'm saying and not just individual words, because more than once I said not all music of now is what it is. Now, if you want to keep interpreting it the way you want to, that's cool. And like I said, I'm proud. I'm actually proud to be considered an old head. You know what I mean? Say all politics. Yeah, the Dave East and Style P. Like, soon as that came out, I created a playlist. Like, y'all got to go back and check out my playlist. Like, I be making all type of playlists of different videos, not just videos I make of different albums, different things of music. You know what I'm saying? I like. I be making all type of playlists. You feel me? Yeah, I appreciate that, Ms. Reaction. You know, it take a while. You know, YouTube don't really hella recommend or suggest my stuff like that. You know what I mean? They recommend a straight up carbon copy of what been going on over here with this type of style of commentary and stuff, and take a new person that's not even from the cloth or from the culture and recommend the hell out of them and push them to the, and hey, that's just how it is. You know what I mean? So I don't trip. I'll take the slow road. I'd rather have instead of 300,000 subscribers and then just have a whole bunch of goofballs that don't understand what I'm saying, even when I'm speaking to the point where people got to read between the lines. I'd rather have what I have now, people that understand it. You feel me? And then it will slowly reach the people that it's supposed to reach. Of course, ain't nothing new under the sun. So you saying a whole bunch of nothing, because ain't nothing new under the sun. Anything and everything that's going on now was going on back in the day, and it was going on before then. But the abundance of it, because we have the internet now. Before, you wouldn't just have 9,000 rappers accessible to be able to hear their music. It was a vetting system. You was not being able to just hear everything. So it is a difference. There's tons of similarities because it's the world we live in. So that's, once again, everything that you keep coming back and saying, you're saying the typical statements that have really no real thought into it. Because you're not saying anything of no substance. Everything you're saying is like, duh. Say, Mess gonna find himself in a hole, though. Sidebar, shout out to Detroit's East Side, West Side. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you said that. See, I didn't know if to do a video on it or a live stream on it. I may add it to the title of this, so people looking it up, they hear my thoughts if they stay in this video that long. But that was major though. Seeing Pay, Icewear, Peasy, T Grizzly, and then I seen like some more of the behind the scenes and stuff like that. You know, a lot of the, Boss Your Life Up gang and everybody else was there. That's major. That's super major. You know what I mean? And I reached out to Peasy, because he's one of the few, and I'm not saying this like it's no open communication line there, but he's one of the few that I have, reached out to, and he'll respond here and there. You know what I mean? I think he got up on my channel after the time that he got shot, and I did a video on it. You know what I mean? And that'd be the thing. A lot of artists don't be really mad for real at my commentary, because I don't be just slandering niggas. You know what I mean? I put out what information is out, try to keep it as positive possible. You know what I mean? For the young people that's looking into this situation. And my battery on 5%. But I reached out to him to try to see, maybe if he wanted to do an interview to help build the anticipation for before that song come out. But this damn battery about to die though. But this battery about to die. It's on 5%. But I appreciate everybody. I'll talk more. I don't know if it just died. I don't know if this video is still an upload, but yeah, J Diz could have put it in the past, but he decided. Let me see. You know, that situation, and that was the thing. I seen a ton of people in the comments constantly talking about, oh, this situation about Miami the most, Miami the most, Miami the most, and then I uploaded right after that the interview, because people that's in here know I done interviewed Messy Marv multiple times. I was supposed to interview J Diggs about 5, 6, 7 months ago, but he went to Hawaii and then whatever, we just ain't get back in contact with each other. You know what I'm saying? But it's about a situation that happened in Miami. But I don't know who would be able to be the OG in that situation that's willing to put their nose in it to try to calm that situation down. Or if it, no blood, even though that situation that happened is super left, crazy as hell, super disrespectful, still no blood has been shed. So it's always room for possible real conversation, unless he gonna stick to he gotta have a fade. But this thing beeping low battery, it's about to die. So let me go ahead and upload this video before, and I'll jump in the comments. But hey, much love to everybody that's up in here. I'm gonna catch back up with y'all.